Hello, everybody, and thank you for coming back and tuning in to the Anime Analysts podcast. Woo!
Yeah.
I have no clue what episode we're on. I'm going to be honest. I don't. Is it 24?
It don't matter anymore.
It don't matter anymore. We're past the point of keeping track. You know what I mean? We're at such a high number. We have such a high volume that at this point it's in bulk. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't. Individual numbers don't matter to us anymore. Not anymore.
What does matter is that this is a special episode because it is our Valentine special.
Woo! It is the era of love. Cupid's flying through the sky, quick scoping, 360 no scoping. Why fakey? Any of our MW3 fans will like that. But yeah, it's Valentine's Day. It's the day of love.
Yeah.
It's the day of appreciation. All of that stuff. Mm-hmm. You got any fun Valentine's plans, Trey?
I think I'm having like steak dinner with
my
girlfriend.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's sick.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You?
Haha, no.
I thought you had plans.
I do have plans, but we're not going to talk about that.
You don't want to share those?
Not on the podcast, bro.
Okay.
Not on the podcast,
Okay.
Bro. That's only for my before bed journal and my blog that's under a pseudonym.
I understand. Do you actually have a blog?
Fuck no, I don't have a blog. Are you kidding me? My dog does that. That was a horrible joke. What an
awful show.
It was actually kind of good.
I hated that.
You hated that show?
Yes.
I liked it.
All right,
I already broke my rule. Did you notice? I already did it.
Yeah.
So I've been watching back the previous episodes, and I'm noticing that I have a tendency to always cross my legs. I'm always crossing my legs. Because I feel like Ricky Bobby. You know when he's like, I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with my fucking feet.
I agree. I'm always like moving.
Yeah.
I feel like I can't sit still.
No, 100%. I have potty foot so bad. I'm constantly like tapping my foot or shaking my leg.
I do too.
Yeah, I'm going to try my best to sit still this episode. But for this episode, we decided to, stick with this theme of Valentine's Day. And we've been watching some romance anime.
Talking about love.
Some
new romance. We're kind of doing what we did with our Isekai episode, where we just kind of blitzed a bunch of different shows and manga, like got into them as much as we could, or as far as we could get, or just like as far as we wanted to if we didn't like them so much.
Some of them weren't the best. Some of them weren't the best.
Before that, we have a Valentine's inspired Starbucks pink drink for you guys.
Yes. Today. We were sticking with the theme of pink, hence our sweatshirts.
Yes. All about love today.
Oh yeah. Oh, you shook yours, didn't you? I should probably shake mine.
It does say shake well on it. It kind of smells like strawberry milk with perfume in it.
Why is it so milky?
I think it's a dairy drink.
Is it a dairy drink?
I think so. I don't think it's like coffee.
I guess it is 2 grams.
Strawberry acai made with coconut milk. Don't like that.
Do not like that.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck me sideways. That is not good.
Holy shit.
That is bad. That is so bad.
Fuck.
That takes the crown for the worst thing we've had on this show so far.
Oh yeah, not even. Oh, that's like a 1.
That's a 1.
Dude,
fuck me.
People order that shit. I wonder if like a real one
is better
that you order at Starbucks tastes like.
Yeah. I bet it's better. I'm gonna give it another hit.
It tasted. I can tell it's acai because it has that like sour flavor that acai has.
Is this like the IPA of coffee? Is that what this is?
It's not coffee though.
No, but I mean like I guess IPAs.
It's a coconut milk beverage, refreshing fruit juice, creamy coconut milk.
Second hit was better because I was expecting it.
It tasted a little more like a juice that time than like a dairy, or I guess not dairy, like a...
Yo, I'm going to change my rating. This is still the worst thing we've had on here, but this isn't the worst thing I've ever drank.
I'll keep going for it.
Yeah, I'm going to keep her going. I'm going to take another sip.
Dude. Not good. I mean, it kind of does taste like strawberry milk with perfume.
Yeah. It definitely does. I can taste my mom's Chanel perfume in that. That shit's fucking disgusting. Shout out my mom.
But quickly before we get into things, should we just rattle off our weeklies?
Yeah.
Say our thoughts. We don't have to go too deep because I feel like we've been doing that a lot in the past few episodes. But
first 15-20 has been a little bit of a ramble fest. But weeklies, kept up with all my manga. Blue Lock, Blue Box. Picked up an old manga, which we'll talk about in a little bit, that I completely forgot about.
That's a good one.
Solo Leveling, watched that. Buchigiri, watched that. all good.
Frieren was kind of dry this week.
Didn't watch Frieren. Did not watch it. It was a little disappointing.
It was kind of like a filler episode.
A little bit. Was it not?
It was like a between the first and second test.
Oh, I see.
Tuning exam type thing. So it was kind of.
Was it like just introducing all the like characters a little bit more?
Yeah. Like the ones that made it. Kind of just focusing on them a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of what.
It wasn't great.
Like those tournament arc style shows, they all kind of have to do that.
It was like a bigger focus this time on like Frieren's development, and like there's a big flashback with her and like Hamel or whatever his name is, and like the heroes party. Yeah, so it was like still emotional, but just not as exciting as usual.
Gotcha. But how about you? What weeklies?
Same as usual. All the stuff you said. Watch Solo Leveling. Watch Bujigiri. Watch Frieren. I feel like I have more weeklies than that now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, I watched all my weeklies. I've been dying down on Ace of Diamond. I need to get back on it.
I need to get on the horse for Yu Yu Hakusho. I did not watch a single episode of that last week.
I feel like I didn't really do that much last week and this weekend. But I just fucking, like, didn't watch as much as I wanted to. I was getting the stuff done I needed for this episode. That was, like, all I could get done for some reason.
Are you reaching? Because I'm in a little bit of a phase now. I think we've had this happen once in the show. I'm getting the slightest bit burnt out. Like
I'm tired of watching.
Yeah,
we need to like read more.
Yeah, we do need to read more. I read a good amount this week, and I enjoyed most of what I read.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I want to do a manga episode one of these days.
We did discuss next week doing just a Bowen and Trey episode.
Just a Bowen and Trey episode, baby.
Just shooting the shit for a bit. Take a little break.
Maybe a couple beers here and there. Maybe a bottle of wine. Maybe a wine bag. Who knows what we're talking about? No wine bags.
I had this weekend a life-altering drunk/hangover.
Oh my god.
I'm still not fully over the hangover. This is like day 3 of the same hangover.
You have drinking PTSD.
Dude, I'm like, this is... oh my god, I can't even like speak. It's so bad.
Dude, let me tell you, I was there to witness, participate, encourage everything that went on that night. And that was a wild fun. That was such a fun night. I had a great time.
I had a great night until it happened. I just don't know how it I was pretty drunk, but then it just like, bam, I woke up the next morning.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I usually have a little bit of browning before and like a few flashes as I'm blacked out, even when I fully black out. But this time it was like, I remember everything. We were at the bar and then just bang. Nope.
It sounds like a Burnett's drunk to me.
Dude.
Burnett's drunk? You think you're chilling? You think you're fine? You're like, sure, I just drank like half a bottle. And you think you're fine? And then out of fucking nowhere, boom, you're blackout drunk. You are in your dorm bed.
At like 6 a.m, just dead.
Just dying.
The worst was just, I woke up on the couch, just fucking soaking wet.
Yeah.
And all of you were just like sitting in the room, like across from me, just staring at me.
Yeah, I bet that was some pretty bad anxiety.
Instant. Well, I was like still kind of fucked up when I woke up. So it was kind of just funny.
Yeah.
But on the car ride home, like halfway through the car ride, it like all hit me at once and I was just like struggling to breathe. Like it was so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're developing. It's character development. I've learned. I told everyone this is my retirement from college binge drinking. I think I'm just going to be an old man, steady pace myself with the Millers until I'm pretty drunk and go to bed at like 11.
Yeah, so. I think that's a fantastic plan. I think your body will appreciate that. I think your soul
I don't think I'm built for it anymore. I can't handle the hangovers.
No,
Didn't help that it was a wine hangover as well, which is the worst of the worst.
That's bottom of the barrel trash wine hangover is.
Oh, yeah, it was like a shitty like $20 boxed wine too.
Yep. That is as close to High C Orange as you can get. It's rough.
That's like High C Orange.
It is
I get hungover on that shit when I was like 8.
Dude, I'd wake up the next morning like, I need to get my life together. I'd be like 9.
You go to a birthday, you have like 3 Fantas of root beer and like 6 High C Oranges and like the squeezy bottles.
Yep.
You wake up the next morning just fucking
I'm
unfunctioning.
I'm like, oh, how much money I spent last night. I'm like, what? I'd get on kick. I'd be like, I'm so sorry if I did anything.
You like check the bank account, you're like, fuck. I bought him the like Extendo Mag Nerf gun for his birthday. It's like, shit.
I'm like, God damn it. I'm actually kind of enjoying this drink now.
I guess I can keep trying it. But yeah, I mean, like I said, we just kind of watched, read some shit.
Yeah.
We're
trying to stick with the theme.
Our feelings and just discuss the genre of love in anime.
And anime, yeah. I think the one we should start off with is one we both almost finished. It's 12 episodes. It was a beautiful story. So cute, so cuddly.
It is cute.
All the C words. It is Skip and Loafer.
All the C words.
Yeah. Cute, cuddly.
Okay.
Contagious. I felt contagious while I was watching that. Like, what? No. Not that one.
Okay.
Not that one. But yeah, we watched Skip and Loafer. It was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was such a nice little like break episode break show.
Skip and Loafer was very good. I watched it a few weeks ago, but it's coming back to me as Bone's been talking to me about it. But I really enjoyed it. It reminds me a lot of last time we did a romance episode. I told you about Hirayasumi.
Mm-hmm.
And the art style and just the simplistic vibes of it are very similar to Hirasumi. And I think that's partially why I enjoyed it, because I like watched it right after I read that.
Yeah.
And it's so happy-go-lucky.
Yeah.
Like, there's no drama in it like whatsoever, which I feel like is nice, because sometimes in romance, there's like pointless conflict and there's pointless drama. Like, oh my God, does he like me? Does she like me? Does he like someone else? He's walking through the hall with this bitch. He don't like me no more.
Yeah.
And then they take 3 episodes to resolve that.
Yeah.
But Skip and Loafer's just like, it almost wasn't even a romance. Like it was more just like,
because I mean they don't get together or anything like that. No, they I think there'll probably be a season 2 is my guess.
I think there was, because when we were looking for reviews and stuff.
Was it talking about it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there'll probably be a season 2, but season 1 was a fantastic setup season. I think there's a lot of good areas that show can go. I think the side characters were really cool. The theater guy, he was enjoyable.
He's a little creepy at times.
Yeah, a little weird at times, but I liked him. The theater guy was cool. Oh God, who else? Oh, her aunt was sick. I loved her aunt, the stylist. I thought her aunt was really, really cool. My one character I didn't like was the redheaded kind of redheaded chick. She was trying to use the main girl to get closer to the tall blonde guy. Hated her throughout the show, but like I don't know, every show you can't have just a cast and crew that you're like all of these characters are sick. Like you got to have at least one that you're like, man, fuck this guy, and that was her. She served her role well. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I liked it too. I feel like after doing the shit for this episode and watching romance, I think I'm to the point where I've just seen every fucking normal romance show on Crunchyroll, because every single goddamn show I watched either had like a brother-sister complex or like a fucking like multiple girlfriend complex, like just some weird shit, like overly sexualized fucking first year high schoolers. And I'm sick of it. Like,
I am too.
But I felt like Skip and Loafer was like a good break from those, and it's just like
because of how simplistic.
Right, I don't have to watch this and be like, when's she gonna blow her brother?
Yeah, like when the fuck is like when some crazy shit about that happened.
It's fucked.
My favorite part was what was the blonde haired guy's name again? I literally can't remember. They were talking about his like someone was like he comes from a rough home, and it was like the mom and dad were like yelling at each other, and she like broke a glass, like the mom, and then that was like he comes from a rough home, and I was like, that's a rough Japanese home. That's a rough Japanese home. What the fuck? But no, that shit was funny to me. But yeah, outside of that, I really enjoyed it. I really did.
Yeah, it's good. I watched, talking about like the multiple girlfriends complex. I think you might have watched a little bit of it too.
I watched 1 episode, and I will probably not watch it.
Yeah, it was 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you.
Yep.
And
they are going to 100. They're actually going to 100.
Yeah, I mean, season 1, they're at like 5 already. This shit's not good.
No.
I mean, the whole concept is like God gave this kid 100 soulmates, and if he doesn't decide to like end up with one of them, then she dies. So he's just like, I'll just fucking date and do shit with all of them.
All of them.
And like the second episode was like his first kiss episode, and he had never kissed anyone, and the 2 girls both wanted the first kiss. So like they're trying to figure it out the whole time, and they keep arguing over who gets it. And like the vice principal in the school is like a serial like makeouter. Like if you're running in the hall, she'll like sprint you down and like pin you to the ground and shove her tongue down your throat.
Fucking weird.
And so he's like, all right, I'm not sharing my kiss with you guys. But then like she gets pinned down by the vice principal, and the girl's like, beat the principal up, and they're like, we're gonna call like the feds on you, and then to fix it, they just like triangle kiss, and all of them like make out together.
That's so fucking weird. That show sucks, dude. That show sucks.
Like the whole like 10 minutes of the next episode is just him like, you guys fucking kissed too. It was so hot.
That's so fucking weird. That show is horrible. That show is horrible.
Dude, but I thought I was on something. I was like, am I like understanding this correctly? When it was like the vice principal literally like tackling students in the hall, and she would like crawl on all fours like a spider, and her tongue would like slither out of her mouth, and she'd like insert it into the student's mouth. And it would show like a throat shot.
What the
of, like,
fuck?
The purple tongue like wiggling in their throat.
Oh!
The students would be like,
oh my god, dude, that's disgusting. They put that on Crunchyroll? Yeah. What the fuck? That show's horrible. That show's if you watch that show, dude, you are garbage. You are actual garbage.
Shows are getting like more and more demented. Yeah. Like I cannot wait for fucking Blue Box to come out and it just be a normal fucking good anime that I can watch every week. I'm not like worried about some crazy shit happening.
That show I feel like I have to watch with like my door locked. That's fucking that's terrible.
Holy fuck.
That's terrible. God. Yeah, no. Yeah, we definitely watched some different shit this week. We definitely, I guess, well, outside of that, the other one that I watched anime-wise was Sign of Affection.
Yes, I watched that one too.
Yeah.
That one, Sign of Affection is really good. Voice crack.
A little happens to the best of us.
I'm a little sickly right
now.
True.
You're still recovering. He's on the injury list.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Sign of Affection was fucking fire. It's so good. I'm only 3 episodes in. And I loved it so much. I loved it so much.
I have not watched the episode that came out this week, but all of it is so cutesy. The dude's just such a nice fucking guy.
Yeah.
And the girl deserves the world.
I love her narrator.
He's giving it to her.
Yeah. I love her narrator. Like, he's actually giving her the world. He's going places, bringing her back souvenirs and shit.
He's so nice.
He's so fucking nice.
I was, like, really suspicious the first few episodes that he was gay.
Yeah.
Because I think it was episode 3. They're in the bar, and it's like the haircut dude, the stylist.
Oh, haircut and her girl. Yeah. So I guess I watched 4 episodes actually, because I watched the episode after that.
And then, like she goes outside to leave, and she's really worried because they're like really flirty, and she asks the other bartender, like his cousin, if they're like dating, and he's like, no, they aren't dating, and there are reasons I'm not going to tell you that I don't think they'll ever date. And I was like, he's got to be gay.
Yeah. I didn't even think that, that angle to it. But,
instantly. And then I was like, he's just being friendly to her.
Yeah.
And it's
he's just a good dude.
Just become like a good friendship show. But I was
yeah, no, they like each other. I like it. I like it a lot. I like, I don't know what my problem is with that girl yet, because I haven't seen too much about
deaf
her.
Girl?
No, not the deaf girl. The girl that was like trying to flirt with him.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what my problem was her, because she just showed up to his house.
Yes,
she just shows up to his house.
At least where I got, maybe it's explained more in this week's episode, but it doesn't really dive into it at all. I'm like so lost right now. It just kind of seems like a weird
weird dynamic.
Yeah, there's always got to be like a childhood friend or like a friend who knew him first that always throws shit like into the blender.
Throw shit a loop.
Yeah, it's just like the fucking like gymnast chick in Blue Box.
Yeah,
like, there's always got to be like a childhood friend that loses and doesn't.
And she has a childhood friend, the dark haired guy who does sign language.
Yes,
I like him. I like him a lot.
He's like so overly protective of her, and it's like I don't think it's over the top. But
no, I don't either.
It's like overly a little bit, like just the way he's like.
I just like
doesn't trust anyone.
I like the little scenes. There's going to be something that comes out that's why he doesn't trust anyone. Someone probably hurt her in the past in some way.
But there's like a weird disconnect between them now, and he's like mad at her because he was like, "You shouldn't have even come to college." So I'm just like, I don't know. I just know that this is like I feel it's a good romance anime, but it's like clearly kind of formulaic in the sense that it's going to have like a lot of the same scenes.
Yeah.
And you know these two like childhood friend, they're going to go on like 3 too many episodes.
Yeah.
And then it's going to happen with the guy too. And it's just like, I'm going to be like, all right, show them like making up and shit so I can get back to the fucking giggling in my bed.
Laying on my tummy, kicking my feet. Yeah. I completely agree. It's definitely going to be episodes that are pretty similar in their concept, but they just like, if let's say it's like an XY formula, they just switch out the two people into that formula. But what I do still really like the dark hair or the black haired guy. That scene where he stops the guy who's deaf from, bless you, sir.
Thank you.
The scene where he stops the guy who's deaf, after he accidentally skipped the train fare. That's like character development that I love because not necessarily development, but character like aspects that I love. Cause it's like,
no one's around.
He's
not gaining any like respect or kudos.
He's just doing it.
Yeah.
He's just doing it. Cause that's him. That's like the person he is around, like the pink haired girl, like the protector, the, overarching friend, like stuff like that. That's because he cares for her. But the person that he actually is.
Yes. I was just going to say there is like a moment where he doesn't say anything and he watches him walk by. But then you can tell there's like a flash in his mind, like, what if it was her? And then he runs after him and tells him. I like that shit.
No, exactly. The show has a lot of good depth to it. And I'm just all around a big fan. Yeah. But yeah, as for Sign of Affection, that 100% is getting added to the weekly list. Oh yeah. 100% getting added to the weekly.
Another one. Now we're like 5.
Yeah, exactly. Which I mean, fuck, that's 5 episodes a week. I can do 5 episodes a week. But on to the next segment where I'm going to talk a little bit about manga. For our long-term fans, you might remember there was a period where I was, blowing this show, just loving it so much.
It was like a 3-episode span. You read, I think it was the same week you read all of Blue Box. You read or caught up to this, I think, or close to caught up.
Yeah. It's called, The Fragrant Flowers Bloom with Dignity. I fucking love that show.
Can you run me through a really quick synopsis? Because I don't...
So two high schools, one all boys school, one all girls school. The girls school hates the boys school. The boys school hates the girls school. One of the boys, a massive, ginormous human being, but he's a cake decorator. Kind of like me. For those who don't know, a little Bowen lore drop here real quick. I was a cake decorator during one of my high school jobs that I had, the many jobs, because I was a bit of a job hopper. Loved a good job hop.
You were at Hy-Vee, Jew?
What?
Was Hy-Vee?
Yeah, that was at Hy-Vee. I just worked in the bakery like 5 days a week. I would do that, but then on weekends they let me cake decorate, which was fucking sick. I loved it so much. But yeah, so the main character, really nice guy. This girl keeps coming into their shop, who goes to that school, yada, yada, yada. Obviously they like each other. She likes the cake he makes. He likes her because she's her. They help. Yeah, they help each other out. They study and all of that shit. And slowly, like, you start to see these, I guess, boundaries or barriers that were put up between the two schools start to like fall down a little bit, like not the physical barriers, but like the mental ones and the emotional ones. Because people start to realize like these, stereotypes that I'm putting on these boys, that they're idiots, that they're dumb, that like all they do, they're just thugs. That's not true. But then in the same way, these girls that we think are stuck up, stupid, just bitches all around, that's not true as well. And like, so the friend groups start to mesh. And like the most recent chapter, she came over to most recent arc. She came over to his house to like meet his family. And he baked her a cake. And it was like, he was like, I think the line was something like, I want to put all my thoughts and emotion into this cake so that she knows how I feel. And the cake was fucking beautiful, dude.
So are they dating?
Yep, they're dating. Yeah.
I think it's like, I respect the fuck out of like a mangaka or an anime that can like get to the point with the flirty shit and like the back and forth shit and just have them date and still keep it interesting, which is why Blue Box is really good too, because so many fucking romance shows, like Lovely Complex. I still love Lovely Complex, but they're very guilty of this. Is just like
the entire show is just the talking phase.
If they start dating, then there's like nothing left for the show, so they just stretch it out for like 2-3 seasons of just this flirtatious back and forth shit. Like, have you seen Kimi ni Todoke?
I think so. I gotta look up a photo.
3 seasons.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
And at the very end of the 3rd season, they finally are like, I love you. And it's brutal.
That's
because they like each other from like the 4th episode.
Yeah. That sounds a lot like My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu.
I really want to watch that.
Yeah. Have you never gotten the chance to watch that?
It's on Crunchyroll, but only season 3 is on Crunchyroll.
That's so wild.
I hate it.
That's wild.
Fucking crazy.
You just have to pirate it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. My Teen Romantic Comedy Snafu is basically very similar to that, but it's like self-imposed. That's why I like that show a lot. They don't just like tinker with this idea of like a back and forth, like a Kaguya-sama, where it's like I like him, she likes him, or like I like him, he likes me. but like, I don't want to take the first step. I want them to take the first step, so I'll force it. No, he's like self-imposed. The entire show, he's like, I'm just like a piece of fucking shit. Mm-hmm. So like, I don't deserve love.
So there's at least interesting.
Yeah. There's like
behind it, not just like a back and forth.
Yeah, exactly. Like
not like I'm a shy high school boy. I don't want to confess my feelings.
No, it's like he's like, I'm a piece of shit. I've always been a piece of shit. I'll continue to be a piece of shit. But at his heart, he's a good person because he's like, if I'm a piece of shit in the right way and it benefits other people, I'm doing a good thing. So like, two people will not like each other that much, but then he'll just get involved and he'll make himself like a common enemy. That way they have something to bond over. So I'll just like, I don't know, just be a dick to them for like a week. And then they'll start to like get together and like each other more. And I'm like,
come to the realization that they like each other.
Exactly. It's That's fire.
Cool.
Yeah. I like that show a lot. But yeah, what were we talking about? Oh, Fragrant Flowers.
Yeah, interrupted you.
No, you're good. But yeah, no, this show does it so beautiful. I feel like there's a lot of content in the pre-dating phase, but there's so much content in the post-dating phase. And like, these shows that only talk about like the pre-dating phase in like animes, it's almost like the post-dating stuff kind of leaks in like the parts that they want, like meeting the parents, fucking going to the movies.
I've never seen like an arc like that, meeting the parents, like a little bit and like Horimiya, but it's never like a big thing.
Yeah,
I feel like so it's kind of cool that it's like she's coming over to meet them. And make a deal out of it.
And they like they're from like different families. Like she has like a younger brother that like he plays games with and shit like that. So like it's just a well-crafted, beautiful story. High key recommend for anyone looking for a good romance manga right now. That show is fire.
You like when you were talking about it, you said it went on a hiatus for a little bit. So
that was why I forgot about it. Yeah. It's off hiatus. It went on like a 3-month hiatus. Or no, it was like because it was like a 5-month hiatus.
And how many new chapters are even out?
Oh, only like 8. No, there was about 10. There was about 10.
So you just read those?
Yeah, I just read all 10 of those. Cool. But yeah, no, it's very, very good.
I should read that one. That would be cool.
Yeah, it sounds the art style
right up my alley.
Yeah, the art style's really cool as well. The character development's really, really good. The main character, he goes through like the way the author uses like physical characteristics to like display some form of character change is like really good. Like I love when characters like their characteristics stay the same, like their hair color, all of that shit. But like to signify growth through the way of like getting rid of his ear piercings or getting
more realistic.
Yeah, it's much more realistic to me.
You're just gonna look the exact fucking same and wear the same 1 to 2 t-shirts
exactly
your entire life.
Exactly. Like he throws on a sweater every once in a while and I'm like, fuck yeah, baby.
I also love mangaka have like insane style.
Yeah.
Like Bleach style fucks, dude.
It fucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, what let's we should take a little break real quick.
Take a little break and we'll be back.
We will be back with you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you for sticking with us through that little break. We are just going to hop right back into where we were talking about our lovey-dovey show.
Yeah, our cutesy, fun, wiggle your toes, crinkle your nose type shit.
Yes. I read a manga. It was okay. It was called An Incurable Case of Love.
Okay.
I had the physical copy, which is why I read it. I just
hadn't gotten to it before?
Yeah. Okay. It was one of the few I hadn't read. So I read like 5 chapters or however much was in the first volume.
Okay.
But it was good. It was very, very formula, very, very basic rom-com, but it was like adults. So I do really like rom-coms about adults.
Yeah.
That like sometimes I just want to break from high school shit.
No, it adds like a much cooler dynamic to the situation because it's no longer just like, oh, he's not going to the same college as me.
Yeah, like it's like, do you want to walk home from class? Like,
yeah,
it's like Love is Hard for Otaku, where it's just like we both like video games and are getting too old. Should we just date?
Yep.
Shit like that, like real life problems. Yeah, but it was basically this girl. She becomes a nurse. And she works at a hospital, and she's in love with one of like the surgeons.
Oh, fuck yeah!
And it's like, I mean, it was pretty basic. Like, she loves him like a ton, and he doesn't like really notice her all that much. But then slowly, he starts to notice her, and like will like put his hand next to her, and she'll like blush and shit. So it was basic like that. But I feel like it could go somewhere. I mean, I read a physical copy, so I can't read it online anymore. That's just like my thing. Like I can't read it on my laptop now, but once I have enough money, I would definitely buy more.
Yeah,
just I mean, it's something,
it was good.
Something new. Yeah, it was good enough. Nothing crazy, but
hell yeah. What would you say was like out of the 5-8 chapters, however much it was that you got to read? What was like your favorite like character aspect? Like how was like the drawing aspect of it?
It was good. It was still like the whole thing was pretty basic. Mm-hmm. But have you seen like Monthly Girls Nozaki?
Yes.
It was very similar to that. Like he's just like kind of in his own world a little bit. Like he's doing the manga shit, and he's like a surgeon.
Yeah,
and he's just clearly really busy. But she just loves him so much that she just kind of wants to be there for him and like talk to him any chance she get. So it's like, but she's also like a nurse, and she cares about her job a lot. Yeah, and so I think she's just like a well-written female character.
Fuck yeah. I love a good, well-written female character. Not many people can do it. I, for one, cannot. Mm-hmm. When in like my creative writing classes.
It's so hard.
It's so hard. I try my best. I truly do. But the one thing I always notice with all of my pieces is if I can take something away from it and it doesn't change a single thing, then it isn't needed in the first place. That's how I formulate what is necessary to the story in my final edit. And dude, I always feel like I can just take out the female characters because I'm just bad at writing women. I'm horrible at it.
And I feel like I know where I want to go with it, and I like feel like there's depth in it, but I just cannot get it out in words.
Authentically, I can't do it authentically.
I'm not a girl. I can't speak.
No, I don't understand women. I don't get it.
But I think I really like the girl because I feel like in Monthly Girls, the chick is kind of just a simp for him. Yeah. She's doing all his manga shit for him. Coloring, inking.
I mean, it starts with her trying to get him to sign a magazine of his. Yeah, that he likes a lot. Yeah, she likes a lot.
She's basically just like a fangirl. This isn't quite like that. Like, she's like more like, I love him and shit, but like maybe I shouldn't because he doesn't notice me like that. Like, she has a fucking personality too. Yeah. And like, I feel like she actually is like making him fall in love with her rather than Monthly Girl. She just like, I'll simp for him until he loves me.
Yeah. Until I become so necessary to him.
He like will just say let's date.
Yeah. But no, I mean it sounds really good. I'll have to give that one a read. I'm probably just gonna read it online because I sometimes get that same way. So I don't accidentally fall into that trap. But yeah, high key. So you would recommend that one to me?
Yeah, I think it's worth a read at least.
Okay, all right. I'll give it my best shot.
I think it's more like read the first 5. If you don't like it, leave it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like vouching for it.
No, I get what you're saying.
Being, but
putting your fucking life on the line for this one, try.
But it was decent.
Hell yeah. So I read. I did not watch any more anime. I read a manhwa for this week. It's called Seasons of Blossom. I feel
like I've heard of this.
It's 130 chapters. I only read about 30-ish chapters of it. Dude. Fucking awesome.
Good.
Really, really, really good. The whole premise of the show is it's like 4 different characters and how their lives are all intertwined through like love. Like 2 girls, 2 guys, and they like, I guess one guy likes this one girl that's with this other guy that's in like the 4th group, and then this other girl is just kind of there for now. They haven't explored her love that much yet. But like the way the characters change during that's like the whole premise of it is like as seasons change, these characters change. So far, we've gone from summer to fall. That's all that's really happened so far in the like first 30. And like the characters are so different now. Like their personalities change and like just genuinely pretty good manga. Manhwa. I would recommend. One thing I'm confused on. So it's listed as a webtoon. Does that make it a
I don't know the difference.
I don't know either.
I feel like webtoons can also be made by like Americans.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe it's not a manhwa then. It might just be a webtoon.
What are the names like super Korean?
Yeah, it's like the main character is like Cheon Yen. So I'm assuming it's from Korea.
Maybe a webtoon is just like you make it on an iPad or
one of the girls' names is like kind of it's like Sun like Boo Hoo or something like that. It's a little funny. Hella Korean. But yeah, no, I high key recommend. Not that much has actually happened so far, but the art's really cool. It's definitely one reason I've been reading some manhwa recently is just because it's such a different take, and like the visual side of it makes it like so much more digestible as you read it because it's so simplistic at its core. But
what was it called again?
Seasons of Blossom.
Okay. Yeah.
I recommend that to anyone. Even though how simplistic it is, it's still really, really, really good.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. There's really not that much to say about it.
You're only so far in at the moment. Take the same with mine. You can't just like. You can't expand.
Yeah. I get. Oh well, so it is in. So it's a high school. Or they might be late junior high or early high school. I'm assuming.
Does it feel like childish?
Yeah, a little bit childish. It's a little. There's not too much that's going on. But I still thoroughly enjoy it. His family's cool. The main character. It does follow one main character.
Okay.
It does follow. I was
gonna say main character. Are there like 4 or is it?
No, it's like the group of 4 is basically like always hip to hip. But the like main character, he has some really good development throughout the show. Like he still goes home and he feels like authentic, genuine displays of like loneliness, and like longing for more. It's genuinely really
love when a show or series can just like show negative emotions.
Yeah,
as well. Just the highs.
One thing before we switch on to the next, one thing that I always hate in these like emotional and like sad shows is how they glorify feeling upset. They almost create this like tier list of being upset or being depressed. They make it seem like it's cool to be those things. And I'm like, that's fucking stupid.
It almost like traps you too, because especially with anime, like you watch like Silent Voice and you're like, I need more. Like, give me something that'll fucking ruin my next week. Like,
I want my heart stomped. Yeah.
And it's almost like addictive.
When I watched Grave of the Fireflies, I remember just wanting to fucking only watch sad shit after that.
Yeah.
Still have not watched Grave of the Fireflies yet. I probably never will.
That's why I can only watch it once.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing, but holy
It's like, have you ever watched Manchester by the Sea?
Yes, dude.
I'm never watching that movie again.
Never watching that movie again.
It's so depressing.
Dude, the young boy, when he's just crying on his shoulder and he's like, so you're gonna leave me? I was like, no.
The main kid in that show looks like Jacob.
Yeah, he does. He looks a lot like Jacob.
Yes, he's a ladybird and shit too.
Yeah.
Also, like, Beautiful Boy.
We talked about this. Yeah. Beautiful Boy is fucking... Oh my God, it's the saddest shit I've ever watched in my entire life.
That's one I'm not ever probably going to watch again.
Never. One that is that same way, not as sad, but just like traumatic. You ever seen Foxcatcher? I
have not, yeah. I've seen, I watched the start of it one time with my family, but I never finished it. That's the
wrestling movie.
Yes.
Steve Carell as John DuPont is one of the best. Channing Tatum and Mark Ruffalo.
Yes. That one's a true story.
Yeah, it's a completely, they were Olympic wrestling brothers, and John DuPont ended up killing one of the brothers because he thought he was useless.
Yeah, I gotta watch that shit.
Holy fucking shit, dude. that movie, wild. It is.
Yeah. Steve Carell's got like prosthetics and shit.
Yeah, and he's an incredible actor in that. Truly incredible.
Steve Carell is such an underrated.
Yeah, he's in this Adam Sandler position, which
Despicable Me.
Yeah, exactly.
The Office was like one of his breakthroughs.
Get Smart. All of those.
40-year-old virgin.
Exactly. He's put in this position where he's a phenomenal comedic actor. But because of how good he is at that, people have like kind of built this like description of him, which is he's only a comedic actor. I find, and I struggled with Uncut Gems a lot because of this. I find when actors go out of their, I guess, definition for me, it's almost hard to consume what they're trying to do because I'm expecting something funny.
Yes, and for me in Uncut Gems too, Adam Sandler, like his character just has an accent.
Yeah.
And you like hear the nasally Adam Sandler voice going accent, and it almost feels like a role, like a bit, and like a true depiction of a character.
Yeah, exactly. Uncut Gems is fire. Who's an actor that has done a good job of not? Ryan Gosling is an actor that's done a phenomenal job of not being put in that role. Another one is Jennifer Lawrence. She's done so well because I mean her start,
she's very well rounded.
Yeah, her start was in that I guess it wasn't her start, but her big break was Hunger Games, and I assumed at that point she was going to get put in this kind of box where it was like
the Divergent girl.
Exactly. Yeah. Or Emma Watson's another good example. She really did a good job of not just being Hermione Granger, because the rest of them are just Harry Potter, but maybe not Daniel Radcliffe.
Daniel Radcliffe has been getting in a lot more shit recently. Yeah. He's a good fucking actor.
He's a good fucking actor.
He's so good.
What's that one movie? It's my favorite rom-com movie. The one, Daniel Radcliffe's in it, Adam Driver's in it. It's the one where he's like, I just ate nachos.
Yeah.
And no, I'm gonna have sex. It's like, Way It Goes or something like that. Yeah, that movie is fucking phenomenal. Oh my god, that movie's so cute. They bond over Fool's Gold, the sandwich.
Yeah,
that shit's amazing.
That's a good movie.
Oh yeah, but okay, we can go back to anime now that I've finished my ramble. Well, what were you're up next, aren't you?
Yes. The last one I watched was, I guess I watched two more. I can kind of just spit them both out because I dropped both of them after one episode because neither of them were good.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The first one I watched was what was it called? Our Love Story, the inexperienced me and the experienced you. I actually did watch 3 episodes of this, but it's basically nerdy dude. He likes the coolest girl in class.
Yep.
And he loses a bet to his other nerdy friends and has to ask the girl out, and she says yes.
Yep.
And then it's basically like she like has had sex a bunch. It's kind of like her like feeling like she has to have sex with guys to get him to like her, and him being like, we don't have to have sex yet. Like, let's take it slow. Like, I want to get to know you and shit. So him like having the opportunities to have sex and like finally kiss a girl, but him like being respectful, and then her also understanding that like she doesn't have to put herself out there. Our Love Story, the inexperienced.
I've watched a few episodes of this. I have watched a few episodes of this.
It was just.
I read some of the manga for it before because it's a recent show. The show just came out. Yeah, I read some of the manga before it came out. No, exact same thing. It's one of those shows that's not very notable in its content.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, like, it's so tropey. It's not horrible whatsoever.
Okay. Like, there's like sweet moments where he like makes her realize that she doesn't have to do these things to feel love, and like slowly is like actually getting her to love him back and shit. And it's like, it's good in that sense, but it's just like, it's really slow.
Yeah.
Like one notable thing happens in an episode, the rest is them just like kind of being awkward, like shopping or like walking to class together.
No,
being
fully
uncomfortable, but
fully. No, it's the one thing I appreciated about that show, which is why I love Horimiya as well. Sex is such a important part of modern love nowadays these days,
especially like a senior in high school.
Yeah,
like, it's hard to not like.
It's hard
think
to not
about that,
or just do it with your partner in any way, shape, or form. It's such an integral part of what modern dating has become, and a lot. You can point your finger at anything for why that is. But like these newer shows that come out and like the two main characters are like scared to hold hands and shit like that. I remember
they just don't fit anymore.
No, it doesn't fit anymore. Like when I was first starting dating, I was fucking hyped as shit when I got a hug. I was hella horny.
You go to a fucking movie, you're like, I fucking put my arm around her.
I put my arm around that bitch. Awesome. I did not that bitch. They are lovely women. But I was always so excited. I was always so excited. I was fucking horny is what I was, dude.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, the show, it's a good take on modern romance.
But then now it's like gone overboard and there's like, I want to fuck my brother. Like,
yeah, exactly. I want to fuck my brother.
This one's like about sex, but it's like a good portrayal rather than like some creepy shit.
No, exactly.
Not 100 Girlfriends.
Exactly. I love shows that can show the I guess the meaning of sex in modern relationships. It's not something that is, I guess it's exploratory in a sense. Like you're not doing it just to have sex anymore. It's more or less of like creating like a connection almost and shit like that. Which I mean, some people are just having sex to have sex. Like, it's just what fucking happens. But no, I think it's a fantastic take. Yeah. I think it's an authentic take. And I think the lack of acknowledgement towards
it does it so well.
So fucking well. It just happens. Like it just fucking.
It doesn't like show it. It just lets you know it happens.
Yep.
And, like. That's the point in their relationship that they're at.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
Good pacing.
No, exactly. Horimiya does it phenomenally.
Yeah, and it's like the only one that really does it well. But
the rest of, I mean, it's one of those things that like up until Horimiya, like if I'm trying to think about it, I don't know if there were many other shows where the character like had sex.
Oh no.
Say I Love You. I know the main character had sex already in that. But outside of that, it's like they don't even acknowledge that it's a thing. That's the weirdest part.
Even like I feel like shows that like a character has had sex. It's like the guy had like a sketchy background. And had sex.
Oh yeah,
they always drank a beer one time.
They always demonize the fuck out of it. They always demonize the fuck out of it, which is so fucking annoying. It's so annoying to think about. Just because it's like it just shows how far removed the author is from the actual modern dating scene. I'm excited to see these young authors that are coming out, that are creating these shows that are authentic representations of modern love.
I'd love to see like a high school anime where they're like getting drunk on the weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Just like getting fucked up. Yeah. And then it's like, dude, I remember when I was in high school, if I wanted to like bring over my girlfriend or something like that, right? Living room only. Like in these shows where it's like boy and girl go up to their room, the parents are just fucking oblivious. I'm like, do not. Like, no fear? What? Like, no parental guidance whatsoever? Like, doors shut and locked?
I'd say if a door was wide open, if I was in my room.
Wide fucking open. And I was Bible in between us and maybe a fucking cinder block.
We'd be doing like a puzzle or something.
Yeah, exactly. Half my body was outside of the room.
Or I'd be like, do you want to see my posters? And then she'd be like, sit on the bed. I'm like, no.
No, get off.
We're
going down fucking stairs right now. I'm scared. I don't know what's going on. Get out of my room. Get out of my head. Get out of my head.
But the last one I watched was Science Fell in Love, so I tried to prove it. Not good. I mean, it was just like two grad students who were like hardcore obsessed with science.
Yeah.
Don't believe anything unless it's like solved with math and numbers. And the girl's like, I love you. And he's like, well, we have to prove it. So he'll just like put his arm around her like 100 times and like they'll like calculate the differences in heart rate.
No, what the fuck?
And they just did it like she said, I loved you, the first line in the show. And then the rest of the show was them like doing shit like that.
What the fuck?
And I could just tell it was going to go on for like 12 more episodes.
Of just trash.
I just stopped it.
Yeah. No,
like,
not good. Not good. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't sound enjoyable whatsoever. Mm-hmm. It sounds a lot like, did you ever watch that pharmacy show? Where the main character went back in time, or like it was an isekai.
Yeah, we did it at the isekai.
Yeah. It sounds a lot like that.
Otherworld pharmacy.
Yes. It sounds a lot like, it has a similar vibe to that from what I'm hearing. I like the analytical outlook at things. Like a Dr. Stone is like a perfect aspect of that.
Yes.
But when that's
stupid Dr. Stone.
Yeah, when that's like the only driving factor of the show, like it's ass. The reason Dr. Stone works is because like Senku, like sure he's the main character, but science isn't the concept, like the premise of every single.
Trying to like revive humanity.
Exactly. No, exactly. But yeah, no, I probably not. I'm gonna be honest, probably not something I want to watch.
I don't recommend it to anyone, to be honest. But it was like one of the top like romance ones on Crunchyroll. So
I slugged through 5 chapters of this one garbage that I saw on Analysts. I think its translation is like "Love me not" or something like that, and like the photo was of like a rose. Basically, the main character is this high school girl. I need to find one.
This is on Crunchyroll.
Is it?
I think so.
Maybe.
The title sounds...
I mean, it's a pretty ambiguous title.
Brown-haired girl.
Manga. She had dark hair. I don't know if it was brown. Okay. But what do you call it? Yeah, so the first 5 chapters, basically the girl's in class, the first chapter. Second chapter, she's at the mall. And like this dude's like popping up. But like they never actually talk or anything like that. And she's just like obsessed with him. And then like she keeps doing like the fucking rose petal thing. And I'm like, this is ass.
It's like insane slow burn where the girl's overly obsessed with the guy who they haven't even shown a personality yet.
He has not spoken a word in the show yet, or in the manga yet. So
I shit like that.
I read 5, I dropped it. I was like, this is fucking garbage. I think it will be just pure garbage the rest of it. Who knows? Maybe it's beautiful. Maybe the guy comes in and he's like the most like charismatic, fucking well drawn, well thought out character ever. But I just don't see that happening.
Don't care to take the time to get to that point.
I don't give a flying fuck. I really don't. The main girl, like there was all the dialogue was really superficial. Kind of felt like when you're writing a play and you need to get it to like 50 pages. So the conversation's like, hey, how are you? Good. You? Good. What you doing today? Not much. You? Yeah. Same. Like just like fucking. It was like just that back and forth. It was pretty rough. But yeah, literally outside of that, I didn't really nothing else big in terms of anime consumption and manga consumption. Yeah. I'm excited for next week's episode though. I like the idea of just doing a spit the shit.
Tune in for just some lighthearted.
Yeah, we're just gonna chat. We might talk about sports. We might talk about fucking school, future plans, life. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I think the purpose of this episode was just us to dive into some shit and give you guys at least a couple good recommendations.
Oh yeah, let's go through what we read out of the things that we have. What do you recommend?
Okay, I'd recommend Skip and Loafer.
Yep.
I would definitely recommend Sign of Affection.
Yep.
And I would leave it up to you whether you would like to read An Incurable Case of Love. Like maybe read the first 5.
Yeah. I recommend, I'm just going to do one. Because outside of the last one that I talked about, the rest of them were pretty good. I high-key recommend Sign of Affection. It has been really good so far. It's been really cute. It's a fun take on romance because it's such like a dilemma that I've never thought about before, realistically. It gave me a similar thought process to, did I ever tell you about the blind guy that I had to give directions to?
No, that was so difficult.
Oh my god, dude, it was horrible. It was during the winter and there was so much snow everywhere. And I've never thought about that before. His stick could not find where he was trying to go. So he was in the Ped Mall and like, you know where like the fountains are? He was trying to find this, like the stairs that like basically lead up right next to it. And he couldn't find it. And he asked me where they were and I fucking pointed like an idiot, bro. And I was like, oh fuck. And so then I had to be like, turn like, little bit to the right, a little bit more, a couple more degrees to the right. And I was like, all right, just go straight and you'll find it. Then he found it, luckily. But it gave me a similar thought process to that because it's something that like, you know, you almost take for granted the fact.
World.
Yeah. The fact that like we can hear, we can see, we can taste, you know, we can feel like that type of shit. And so to see someone's life, which I don't want to call it authentic because it's one of those things that we don't know what deaf life is like whatsoever. But it seems authentic to me. It seems that's what romance would be like in that situation. And the steps they take to show interest in each other are so fucking cool.
Yeah.
So high key recommend Sign of Affection.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite of what I watched and read. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a wrap.
That's a wrap for this week's episode. We will catch you guys next week. Tune in. Might have a beer or two or some other stuff. Who knows what we'll drink for that episode. See. All right, we'll see you guys. Have a good one.